I don't know if the video you're about to see qualifies as viral yet, but after watching it, those of you who qualify as liberals who love seeing MAGA-loving lawmakers go down in flames may just want to give it a boost. This report involves a fact-checking content creator on TikTok who wins the day for storytelling and deserves whatever viral success finds him. CNN's Jake Tapper, and a senator you will likely recognize for his aggressive style, but in this story, he's reduced to humiliation. The video I'm talking about is actually one of two that speaks to Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein's relationship that I discovered today and find fascinating, and I'm going to show you the second one first. It comes from Business Insider, and it tells the tale of a very unlikely person who holds a very sought-after key to the world of Jeffrey Epstein, and of course, once it's turned, it points directly at Donald Trump.
This is Donald Trump's phone number in Jeffrey Epstein's personal little black book from the 1990s. In 2021, Business Insider obtained an address book no one had ever seen before.
Jeffrey Epstein got away with what he got away with because of who was in his address book.
What's interesting for us about this book is a new cast of characters who we didn't previously know had interactions with or did business with him.
While the Trump administration says it won't disclose more files on Epstein, the older address book reminds us of Epstein's vast connections to prominent figures, including Melania Trump's best friend, Christopher Cuomo's wife, and an advisor in the first Trump administration.
Our first thought was to just do whatever we could to verify that it was real. We've obtained a copy of an address book that we believe belonged to Jeffrey Epstein, and your name and contact information are listed in the book.
Hello? I'm a reporter for Insider. I'm just calling everybody who's in this address book who has not previously been publicly associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
We need to make sure it was a real artifact that really represented something about Jeffrey Epstein and his connections to people.
The story is not one that sounds exactly believable. Someone dropped Jeffrey Epstein's address book in the 90s and now belongs to some guy who lives on a farm in Vermont.
I'm very careful not to put my fingerprints on the book, not to put any sort of DNA or hair or anything like that. My name is Christopher Halali. Where should I look? I currently live on my wife's farm. As a student of national security issues, imperialism, I was fascinated by the Jeffrey Epstein case. There are names that are highlighted, and I think one of the most notable highlighted names is former President Donald Trump.
So that was very compelling, but the ending should shock no one. But this next video is both compelling and shocking because of how stupid Senator Markwayne Mullin looked on CNN. He's a guy that first came to my attention with this performance in a Senate hearing in 2023.
Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
stop it.
Is that your solution every problem?
No, sit down. Sit down. Okay.
Now that was a very bad look, but he actually outdid himself with this recent appearance as a guest of Jake Tapper, who humiliated him. Have a look at a story crafted by TikTok user Debunction Junction.
Hey everybody, this is Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma, and he holds the distinction of being the only serving senator today without at least a bachelor's degree. And that's perhaps why he embarrassed himself in this interview this morning about Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and all of the connections between the two. Now, I'm going to show you this interview and you must watch it, but I'm going to show you something first so that you have all the context when this guy starts blathering about things he knows nothing about. And that's because Markwayne Mullin believes the sweetheart non-prosecution agreement of Jeffrey Epstein took place under Obama's presidency, which began on January 20th of 2009, when the non-prosecution agreement clearly shows that Jeffrey Epstein signed it on September 24th of 2007. And then there's this story about Jeffrey Epstein that says that he has begun serving an 18-month jail term in July 1st of 2008. And then he seems unaware that Alex Acosta is the one who showed poor judgment in giving Jeffrey Epstein that plea deal in 2008. And he also seems unaware that in the opening days of Trump's first term as president, he actually named Alex Acosta as labor secretary. That's right. He gifted this guy a cabinet position after he gave Jeffrey Epstein a sweetheart deal. And then even weirder, 2 years later, when this deal became public and people were outraged and wanted him to step down, Trump actually defended Alex Acosta over that plea deal. So with all these facts being public knowledge for years, watch how Markwayne Mullin tries to drag Obama into the Epstein deal and ends up looking like a fool.
But remember, there was a plea deal that was struck in 2009, way before I was in office, way before Trump was even considering to be in office, way before Pam Bondi was in office, way before Kash Patel was director. 2009, there was a sweetheart plea deal that was made underneath the Obama administration with Epstein.
Right. That's not
and that sweetheart has not been exposed.
No, it was 2000.
Oh, it's not? Well, when was the case heard?
It was 2008. It was the U.S. attorney at the time was a guy named Alex Acosta. He was a Bush appointee. He went on to become President Trump's Secretary of Labor. It all took place in 2008.
Who was in office at the time?
2008, George W. Bush.
Who was in office at the time?
George W. Bush.
No, 2009 is when the case came out, and it was and Obama was in office at the time.
It's not true.
And hey, Republicans, this is why you don't elect college dropouts to some of the highest offices in America. This guy can't get his facts straight about one of the most notorious cases, and he doesn't even know that the prosecutor who let Epstein off has major connections to President Trump. Give me a break.
When someone tries to defend the indefensible, they end up looking like a fool, and Senator Mullin is now Exhibit A. He tried to run with Trump's Obama narrative and knocked himself out while colliding with the wall of facts, and I have to admit, it was a very satisfying thing to witness. Republicans, at this moment in time, please lean in because I have some free advice for you. Trying to implicate Obama because Trump is obsessed with the man who once made him look like an idiot only makes you look like an idiot. You do have a solid argument when you ask, why didn't Democrats do something before now? But with this, your loyalty is woefully misguided and you're barking up the wrong tree. Democrats, now it's your turn. Please lean in. It is very likely that there is bipartisan smoke to this fire when you consider who else is in Jeffrey Epstein's black book. And the transparency and reckoning that everyone is craving is probably going to impact both parties if it ever happens. So my question that I'll leave you with is, in order to get to Trump, are you okay with everyone in that black book, regardless of party affiliation, having their feet put to the fire? I'm Dan. Thanks for watching. Please leave your answers below, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.
I hate Occupy Democrats.